Hey guys, Trishan Midget here. So this is a ARCTURUS AK12 that I have to do a video on. No, it's been a while since I have done any airsoft content, but mainly because my Instagram got nuked, and that's where people message me to have work done on airsoft. So people haven't been able to solicit work. So people haven't been able to message me. And speaking of that, I'm actually on X now, so formerly Twitter. I went ahead and downloaded it because fuck Instagram. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg. The whole Meta company is absolute garbage. So they suspended me off of Instagram for trying to sell an airsoft gun a couple different times, and they would give you strikes, and eventually they nuked it. They told me they gave me a 240-day suspension. That's 4 months, and it has been 4 months, and I still cannot log into my account. I just can't. I've tried hundreds of times. The help center doesn't do anything. It's just the same prompt over and over again. There is no phone number you can call to get a hold of a real person. It's always automated garbage, and just the phone numbers don't exist to get a hold of Instagram. I will have my tag in the description, but it is JP_McLean, which is the exact same thing I had. It's just X. So JP_McLean X is on the end. And that's pretty fitting because the app is X. So it wouldn't accept JP_McLean. I guess somebody else had that. So I literally just put an X on the end and it accepted it. So you can go follow me, or hopefully, I'm pretty sure again there's a DM setting. I'm still working on getting used to the app. So this is a friend's gun. He shipped to me. He had it sent directly to me from, I think, Airsoft Taiwan. He gets a lot of AKs from there. He had a Simon AK shipped to me about a month and a half ago, and I didn't do a video on it because I just changed the gears. I just put 1301s in there. It already had a metal rack piston and a pretty decent motor, so I just left the rest as is. This one I decided to do a video on because it's pretty unique and they're very solid guns. I would compare these to like Crytek's pretty much. It comes with basic MOSFET, pretty good motor, one of the best stock airsoft guns available. The price, I think they're about $380. You can get a couple different versions. This is, I think, their base version, and it's still pretty good. They have another version that has like the Perun MOSFET in there and 1301 gears, which is their top tier version. I think those are like $500. This is pretty good, $380 for the price. I actually took the gearbox out of the receiver, but I never disassembled it. I was gonna put some 1301 gears in here, but due to some circumstances, I decided against it. Now, if anybody has this gun and has put 12-to-1s or 13-to-1s in here, let me know, because my concern with a higher speed gear set is that it's going to overspin on semi-auto, because this thing uses a micro switch for the trigger and a pretty strong motor, so it precocks pretty good. So if you put higher speed gears in there, it's going to speed up the semi-auto as well as the full auto, and it may double shoot on semi-auto, like 2 or 3 shots, and will not cycle properly, because it doesn't have active braking, I don't believe, because the piston is always pre-cocked. So I just decided against it, but if anybody has done it before and had success, let me know. Let me know what power battery you used, what exact gear set you used, and if you kept everything else stock, because everything else is nice in here. So let's start from the back and go to the front. This is an adjustable stock, which is really cool. It only goes one direction, but you push this tab in or pull it, and you can pull it out. It's got 6 on there, so it looks like 6 positions. I don't know if that includes the one all the way in. So pretty cool that it's an adjustable stock. Pretty solid. It does fold, and to fold it, you press this button, and it will fold. And it does lock. Now, it doesn't lock on the receiver, and it's, I mean, a little loose, but you can't pull it out. It is locked here, so you have to pull this tab down, which is a pretty heavy spring, and then you can slide it out, or fold it out. And then again, it's adjustable for length of pull. It has QD spots for a sling, which is really cool. We don't see that all that often on airsoft. I don't know if the real one has this, to be honest. I'm not an expert on the real AK12, but I wouldn't be surprised, because that is kind of a standard for modern guns to have QC sling swivels. The receiver on here is made of steel. It is not aluminum, and I can prove that with a magnet. So top cover, it sticks. This is a strong magnet. And the lower receiver, it also sticks. So most of this thing is steel. The barrel's steel, gas tube is steel. So pretty good quality. in terms of weight, it's actually not too bad. It's not that heavy. It's like the weight is centered in the middle. It's not front heavy. It's not rear heavy. Now the real AK probably would be more front heavy because of course this is not as solid of a barrel as a real one, obviously. The pistol grip on here is plastic polymer, and it's actually integrated with the trigger guard, so it comes off in a really weird fashion. A screw here, and you have to pull the magazine catch out every time, which is a bit annoying. You have to reorient the spring, but I do a lot of airsoft stuff, so it's not that hard. I'm mechanically inclined. Safety is up. It has this big wing, so you can bring it down to full auto, and then all the way down is semi-auto. In terms of the magazines, it comes with one high cap and one mid cap. So here are the two magazines. You got the high cap, which I'm guessing holds around 600, and then the mid cap, metal base plates. This one's obviously hollow because it's a high cap. So it's about 600 rounds, and I'm not sure, I'm guessing 150, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. Pretty cool design on the AK12 magazines. This is emulating a 5.45, so that's why it's a bit straighter. I'm already showing you stuff that it includes. I'll just continue with that. It's got a patch, a Deans to Tamiya connector, because it is wired to Deans, so if you want to use Tamiya, you can. A bunch of Allen wrenches just for disassemble. A sticker sheet with the AK12, and then the Vitsiez PP19, and then an owner's manual in there as well. So quite a bit of stuff with the two mags. Now onto the gun some more. Back sight, I did attach. That comes separate. You can adjust it by spinning it. I like the sight, honestly. It pulls up to my eye pretty well. It has a Picatinny rail on the top, goes all the way to the front rail, Picatinny on the bottom, and then these two small ones on the sides for flashlights or whatever. Now this is the outdoor version, or 400 FPS, let me just put it that way. I believe they have a 350 or 60 and then a 300. They had 3 different versions on their website when I looked on Taiwan Airsoft or Taiwan Gun, whatever they call it. This is the 400 FPS version. It said 408 is an average on the sheet, but that was with the hop-up off. So when I turn the hop-up on, so there's a little bit of overhop, we're getting about 390, which with .25s is 355. So it shoots really, really good. I would say a little bit past 200 feet. It actually shoots really good stock. Very happy with the hop-up in here. Now moving forward, you know, you got the steel gas tube, front sight, steel barrel, and then you have the muzzle brake flash hider on here. It's a muzzle brake, but they put these spikes on here, and I believe that's for flash hiding, but of course with airsoft, it does not matter. Other than that, there's really nothing to mention. It does say 5.45 by 39 on the side there. Pretty cool. Again, steel receiver. It also has a decocker, so you can decompress the spring. So I just push that up, and basically the spring goes all the way forward. So you can access that through the trigger guard. So I'm going to let my friend know to do that once he's done playing every day, because it does pre-cock. You'll want to either put a 7.4 LiPo in there and fire it a couple times on semi. It might still pre-cock though. Or you can just hit this button and the spring will return forward, and you can extend the life of the spring. And again, it's shooting about 390. Outdoor is what this is set up for. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. Thank you for watching. I'll give you a close-up video of what the gun looks like in the light. But other than that, I'm just going to take it out to the desert and shoot maybe 300 or 400 rounds so you can see how the range is and everything. Okay, so I'd imagine we're at about 50 yards right now. So I'm going to be shooting the AK at that distance. I'm going to shoot the high cap first. These are .25s. So that's what I would use. I do have it a little bit overhopped, so it is shooting a little high. I also cannot have the cover on here because this battery doesn't tuck in there properly. This needs a true round stick LiPo. So it can't be one of the square ones. It's got to be one of the round ones, and then it can slide all the way up inside of here. So I know Matrix makes some of those. The Titan batteries might be thin enough to go up in there as well. The guy that owns this has 1 or 2 of the Titan round batteries. So hopefully that fits in here, but this is basically an equivalent to what he will be using in the gun. The trigger response is very nice, semi. Now for the zoom, I don't know if you'll be able to see the BBs or not. All right, I'm going to be shooting from the same 50-yard distance, but the camera is up close, so you should be able to hear the BBs hit the target. All right, so now I'm gonna move the target out to the, whatever this thing is out here. I have no idea what those are. That's not a cactus, but I'm gonna move the target out to there. So that'll be about 75 yards, and that's pretty much where the range tops out. So my target's got a pretty gnarly lean on it because I don't have any screws in the wood right now. One of my screws broke, and the other one, the wood is stripped, so the screw basically does nothing. But as you can see, it's right by that bush. Okay, so at this distance, I have no idea if I was actually hitting the target or not. It's very hard to hear the hits from that distance. So I'm gonna say it tops out at 75 yards because that's about where that is. But it's a good gun overall. Definitely recommend it. That it's, you know, it's pretty upgraded. It would be nice if they included the 13-1 gears. I guess their upper end version has the Perun hybrid MOSFET, and then it's got the 13-1s. Other than that, I think it's got the same motor and same piston.